everybody. So if you don't know this fine gentleman, this is my sweet dear dad. I want to talk to him about how it is loving and having a gay daughter here in the Deep South. So I'm from Clinton, Mississippi, which is an extremely conservative place. I moved out of here, and the people that I knew who were perceived as gay at my school were either bullied to the point of taking their life or bullied to the point of staying in the closet. My dad identifies as a Christian and he is conservative, and I'm very curious to hear how it is for somebody with those views having a gay daughter. Why do you love me? Oh.
I love her because she's my daughter. Parents should always love their children, unconditionally. She's good to people, she's kind.
Were you surprised when I came out?
Yes, I probably was to some extent, but you had gone through some really bad relationships. If it's what makes her happy, then that's the bottom line. Whoever you love.
Did you think that she was gay because of the bad relationships that she had?
I don't think she grew up gay. I think she became this way because maybe going through this relationship made her vulnerable. Says, hey, a bad relationship with the guy says maybe it's better another way.
Do you think I chose to be gay? Maybe I was born this way.
I feel like you probably chose to be gay because I don't feel like you were born this way. You had relationships growing up with guys that were good. I think due to some really bad situation that you chose this way because you were not happy the other way.
Do you think that people can be born gay, or do you think
Yeah, I think so. I'm a girl in a man's body. I'm a man in a girl's body. I should have been that or this gender or that gender. Yeah, I think some people can be born that way. I don't think you were, though.
I disagree in the sense that I do believe I was born gay.
Okay.
When you say she's so happy, the reason I was so happy is because I came into my skin and realized who I had always been. Okay. So whenever I had dated guys before, there was always something missing. Because here, all you could date was guys, practically illegal to be gay. And it wasn't until I got somewhere more open-minded and I reflected back on my life. You know, think about how much I was a tomboy. I had little pretend girlfriends as a kid, you know, all of these things before that bad relationship. Okay. And once I realized it was Bria or it was women, it was like my whole life made sense.
Well, I wasn't aware that when you were dating boys that there was something missing. I never knew that.
Would you be open to accepting that I felt this way my whole life?
Sure. I just wasn't aware that you was.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
You're seeing something huge. My dad is going from believing that I was not born gay to being open to the fact that, oh, wow, maybe she was.
Yeah. But you never wanted to go through a sex change and become a boy.
Well, I'm not transgender.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you're doing fantastic.
You're so wonderful.
I love these conversations with you. How is Bria as a partner?
I have to say she must be a great partner because you're happy. She cares for you like I would care for Mama, like she would care for me. If you're sick, she's worried about you. Typical feelings of a partner to a partner. Husband to a wife, or whatever like that. A wife to wife.
How do you like having Bria as a daughter-in-law?
She does all right. As long as she'll let me win in phase 10 sometime, yeah, I'm okay.
I won't skip you next time.
She does good, and she's been there for you when you really, were down. The worst case scenario I remember is the long drive we made from here to Atlanta that night, not knowing what your outcome's going to be. That was the toughest time, by far. We were both scared, and that was a long drive.
Do you wish I was married to a man?
I just want you to be happy, and I realize now that you wouldn't be happy married to a man. So, no, I said you're happy married to Bria.
How do you feel about the kids who have taken their lives here in Mississippi for being gay?
It's sad that they had to go to that extreme, but they were probably bullied.
I think that a lot of those kids that have taken their life for being perceived as gay, a parent's job is to love their child unconditionally, and I think a lot of those parents love their children under conditions.
True.
Before I came out, how did you feel about people who were gay?
They're strange, or maybe they have problems, but again, I said that out of ignorance because I didn't really understand. I didn't understand that I did not dislike them because they were gay. I would not probably get too involved with them as friends.
Just ignorance.
Ignorance.
Would you say now, after having a gay daughter, you're more open-minded?
Oh, definitely, yes, because I understand it more.
How was it at the church for you and Mama when I came out? I've had friends of y'all's from the church say that they had people stop talking to them because they chose to still be friends with you and support your gay daughter.
To me, they're just real closed-minded. That's the way they want to feel. Then they were never my friends anyway.
How did it feel to see me get married?
It was beautiful. I really enjoyed it because everybody there was supportive. Everybody. It was a beautiful situation. Yeah, y'all made a beautiful couple.
What was it like walking her down the aisle?
It was no different than walking Shelley or Kimberly down the aisle. It was my daughter, and I was giving her hand, giving her away in there. I wasn't really giving up my daughter. I was just gaining a daughter.
What would you say to other conservative parents who have had a child come out and they're feeling shocked?
You need to love your child for whatever they do. If you can't do that, you've got a problem. Whatever means it takes to get you to that point, that's what you need to do.
Well, the waterworks for me are slower to the end, but I would say this video is amazing. My dad, hold on. Oh boy. I didn't get the privilege to know my dad's dad.
No, you didn't.
But he was his hero. And the thing that I just want you to know is that you are my hero.
That's tough.
And you always will be. You're such an incredible father.
I love you.
And I love you so, so much.
I love you too.
And I'm so glad that I didn't figure out who I was until later so that I could enjoy this with you, because maybe I could have been one of those kids, you know?
Yeah, they took your own life. I know what you're saying. He was my idol.
Well, I think that we know him through you.
If I'm being half the father I felt my dad was to me, then I felt like I've done something good.
Well, I am certain that if your dad were here, he would say you were a full amount as good of a father as he was.
My dad didn't go to church all the time. He was there probably 2 or 3 times a month. Well, your dad won't be going to heaven because he's not a good Christian. I says, if my dad's not good enough for heaven, I'll be danged if I'm not going either. Because I said, if they don't want him, then I don't want to be part of him. My dad was my everything, my world. I know he loved me unconditionally.
Do you think your dad would have accepted you if you'd been gay?
Yeah, he would have loved me. And parents that don't love their kids, that's sad.
Here's my hero. Here's one of my idols. You're amazing. And maybe show this to your parent if you're struggling. And now I just gotta keep being emotional. I love you so much.
All right.
Big kiss.
Big kiss.
Big hug. Big love.
Big love.
Mwah.
Mwah.